All right, let's turn to testing. New studies say more than half of the COVID transmission is coming from folks who don't show any symptoms. They don't have symptoms at all. So testing is really the only way to know if you have been infected. Rita Garcia is here. She's got some new ways to test that don't involve a trip to urgent care or a big thingy up your nose, which for some people is a struggle, but it's important to do.
Right.
What is this? It's an at-home test?
Some people are scared, exactly, just hearing that it's got to be all the way up your nose, like touch your brain for 10 seconds, Michaela. So this is an at-home test. So with the new, more contagious strains of COVID hitting the state of California, some experts say, you know, the best way to stay safe is to test. In fact, one company came up with an innovative COVID test that's as easy as putting on a mask. Check this out.
So I don't know right now if I'm carrying the virus if I'm not tested.
COVID testing to be positive about your health may just be a normal part of life as the pandemic stretches into year 2.
It's simple and straightforward. It is one of the best tests on the market.
Dr. Travis Wilkes is the medical director for a company called Empower DX. They offer 2 new at-home tests that could make it easier for people to know for sure whether or not they've been exposed to the virus.
Our main test is our at-home Pcr test, which is a nasal swab that you do a painless nasal swab a few times of each nostril with essentially a Q-tip. Drop it in FedEx and mail it in, and then we're able to tell you with a very high level of accuracy if you have COVID or not.
With an emphasis on painless.
Our PCR test is not the swab that goes all the way up the nose. It is a very shallow nasal swab, and so it goes right in the nair, and you just have to go around a few times, and so it is completely painless.
And for a completely non-invasive test, the company has also come up with a mask-worn test. Dr. Wilkes says it's more kid-friendly and is designed to tell you if your pod environment has COVID in it.
A household or a pod of friends or a workplace can order the masks. We send out 4 masks. Each person wears a mask for at least 4 hours, and then the masks get sent back all together. And then we test the masks all together and see if there's any SARS-CoV-2, which is the virus that causes COVID, on any of the masks. And if so, then we send back and say, your local environment tested positive for SARS-CoV-2, and we recommend that everybody get diagnostic COVID testing with a PCR test.
Dr. Wilkes says, bottom line, we're living in a new world where super testing is more than just the answer to peace of mind, but a clean bill of health too.
One of the big things that I strongly advocate is what I've started calling super testing. So super testing is when hopefully people are testing once a week, and that provides ongoing surveillance and ongoing screening, because we don't know when we're at risk. So we don't know if we're carrying the virus.
So the at-home PCR test will cost you about $99, but unlike most at-home tests, it is covered by major insurance, so that's good news. Now, as far as the mask-worn test, that's $99 as well. It comes with 4 masks, so if you do the math, Michaela, it's about $25 per mask, which can go a long way, you know, if you've got the kiddos at home. Yeah.
No, it's really good to have, especially if you feel like you're just anxious about it out in the world and want to not have to make an appointment. So where can people find the information about the at-home PCR kits?
I am so glad that you asked. We will be posting that on our website, foxla.com, so that, you know, hey, look, if you're interested, you can just give your insurance a call. One of the other things, Michaela, that I really like that he said, emphasis on painless, because I was asking him, you know, if parents have to stick that swab up their kid's nose, it might be hard for them to count to 10, you know, especially if their child is like wiggly, a wiggle worm, and, you know, not comfortable. So it's nice to hear that it's painless. And the other one, you know, just the mask, just easy as putting it on and wearing it around the house.
Yeah, for sure. All right. And by the way, Rita's back with us. She had a little bit of surgery on her eye.
I did.
You're recovering well.